Hello and welcome to a WoW embossing powder video. I'm Christine and today we're going to be playing with the changes again. So if you saw earlier in the month, I was playing with the glisten and texture changes to create this beautiful Mother's Day card where we were altering and lightening our colours of embossing powder to use with our layering dyes, and it works brilliantly. But in today's video I thought we'd work with Sheen because I haven't used that one properly yet. And I thought we would play around and try and make a really masculine card using Sheen in conjunction with some of Seth Apter's Enchanted Alchemy powders and building blocks powders to see what masculine cards we can kind of create. So if you didn't see my video earlier in the month, changes are these powders that WoW do, and they kind of change the feel of your embossing powders, and they also have lightening effects because they're basically like a clear powder that does something different. So this one gives a pearlescent sheen, this one gives texture, and this one gives a subtle glistening sparkle, but they're all kind of like clear powders, so they all also lighten your colours of embossing powders as well. Although we were saying in the other video that if you do work onto a piece of coloured cardstock that's as deep and dark as the embossing powder that you're using, you shouldn't have so much of the lightening effect. It will just be more of the glisten, the texture and the sheen that you'll be getting on your powders. And as well as the changes, you can also buy empty jars to create your own mixes in and keep them, and you can write on them with a fine tip Sharpie. It works really nicely to keep your different mixes that you create, or you can just use these as a really good way of shaking and mixing up the powders, and then you can either use up everything that you made or possibly decant it into something else, so you can then use the pots again to shake up another mixture. But they're really great for keeping all of your different mixes together. So I have done a little bit of experimenting so far, and I picked out the Copper Dust embossing powder from Seth Apter's Enchanted Alchemy quad, and you can see it's a very textured embossing powder. It does have some shine to it, and mostly in the ultra high copper particles that were in there. And obviously every single time you use a powder like this you kind of get slightly different results because it depends how many particles of which specific type kind of fall on your project. So when I was actually doing other swatches of this to kind of combine, this one had a lot more copper in, so it looked a lot shinier in those copper kind of areas. But when I mixed it with the sheen, we did get a different effect. It gives this like deep kind of purple pearlescent over the top of it. It's really cool, and you still have the shine of the copper that was in the original, but you get that pearlescent sheen over the top. And I was also playing around with, this is one layer of it mixed in a 1:1 ratio with the sheen powder or the sheen changer, and then this is a second layer over the top, so it kind of deepens the colour up but still gives that beautiful sheen effect when you do a couple of layers on top of each other. So to kind of play with that theme, I then picked out some of my Seth Apter dyes from my stash because I thought, why not use Seth Apter dyes with his powders, and I actually wanted to make this beautiful masculine kind of centerpiece for my card, but the background is using the Copper Dust as it is, and then the foreground pieces have got the changer in it, so it's a really subtle effect that kind of almost gives an embossed look, but those top die cuts on there have got that pearlescent finish to them as well. And I have done 3 layers on here to build up the pearlescent kind of look on there. From the angle I'm looking at, it does look a little bit more pearlescent and different, but it gives a really gorgeous effect. And I thought, well, this one kind of did have a few shiny bits in there, so it throws you off a little bit. So for the video we're going to play around with the brick embossing powder, which is from the building blocks quad from Seth Apter, because it's really matte. I mean, this, I've already prepared the backing piece, and this one actually has come out a little bit more shiny. So again, it depends how you shake up your powders to what kind of effect you get when it comes out. This one has turned out a tiny bit more shiny, but I'm hoping that it will still look really cool when we mix some of this brick embossing powder with the sheen version of the changes. Okay, so as I said in the previous video that I did this month, you want to use something metal to decant your powders into your new empty pot, because WoW treat their empty pots and their powders with something that takes all the static out of them. So you don't want to introduce static back in by using a plastic spoon to scoop out your different powders, so go for something metal. I was showing off these funny kind of measuring spoons that are supposed to be for the kitchen that have funny names on them, like a tad, a smidgen, a pinch, a dash, but you can definitely use the generic kind of craft spoon that everybody has in their stash, or you could even use a metal palette knife as well to decant out some of your powders. So for this mixture, even though we're only covering sort of small line die cuts, because I want to do multiple layers on them, I'm going to go for the biggest spoon in my little bundle, which is called a tad. So I'm going to take a tad of Sheen and scoop that out, which, remember, it has a beautiful pearlescent finish to it. So we're going to do a tad of Sheen, and then you want to make sure there's nothing on your spoon so we don't contaminate. And then we want to do a tad of brick, which actually I should say you really want to shake a mixed media powder before you use it. So we can now do a tad of brick as well. And then we can shake this together. And actually, I used a 1-to-1 ratio for this one. Maybe we should go to a 2-to-1 ratio for this. Maybe let's do a second tad of the Sheen in this mixture to see the difference that it gives. So not only are we going to play with a different mixed media embossing powder, let's do a second spoonful of the Sheen in here to really get that good pearlescent finish. Okay, let's give that a good shake. Okay, really nicely mixed up that. So when I'm trimming my cardstock down to size, I end up with these scraps of white card, and I like to use them when I'm embossing skinnier kind of die cuts like this. And I just take a dot runner, run it across the scrap cardstock, stick the items in place, and then we can take our ultra slow drying sticky embossing ink pad, press it over the top to get a nice good coverage of ink over everywhere. If you do miss an area, it's fine because we're going to do multiple layers on this, but nice good coverage. And then we can add on our beautiful Sheen changer mix with our brick embossing powder to cover everything. So now we've got the first layer ready on there, we can heat this. So when I'm heating this, I'm actually heating from the top, and I'm using the lowest speed on the WOW heat embossing tool so that I don't make any of the particles fly off, because I am heating from the top. But I just find it's much easier when you're working with skinnier die cuts that you've already die cut out. It works really nicely to heat from above. And you can already see that gorgeous pearlescent effect that the Sheen is giving this brick powder. It's really beautiful. So now we've got the first layer on. So that we don't put any of this loose powder back onto our ink pad when we ink this up again, I'm going to take this off of here, and we're going to use another scrap of card. You could also use this part on a card if you want to as well, but we're going to do the same thing again. Add our sticky runner onto there, press it into place, and use it to hold it whilst we're inking and adding our embossing powder. And we're going to do 2 more layers of this. So we're repeating the same process a couple more times to build up the thickness of the embossing powder on these embellishments. It gives a really beautiful domed, almost epoxy-like effect to your die cuts once you've finished, and it's really going to help intensify that beautiful sheen effect from the Changes embossing powder. And it should hopefully, because it's got that blue tinge to it, I feel like it's really going to stand out more against the brick background panel that we've done rather than the previous example that I showed you. I think this is going to stand out and be much more prominent on our card, which I think is going to look fantastic. And once we finished heat embossing for 2 more times, I'm actually taking them off of the scrap piece of card and just gently heating them a little bit from the back. Sometimes you get a few little particles that are sort of hanging over the edge and it looks a little bit rough, but if you heat from the back, it usually makes them melt and they sort of cling to the cardstock. So that's a great tip if you ever have that trouble when you're die cutting bits of cardstock that you've already die cut out. Okay, so now we've got our finished die cut pieces. Let's layer them back on top of the original brick one. And look how much that pops more than the original version that I showed you. Because this beautiful sheen gives it that blue pearlescent finish, it stands out really nicely against the original brick colour compared to the original one where I'd actually used a blue sort of embossing powder, so it didn't show up as much but gives a much more subtle effect. So it's nice to see the difference between the two as well. So to finish this card off, I've taken one of my favourite panel sizes and I've embossed it with this Seth Apter multi-levelled embossing folder. Again, I thought we'd stick with all Seth Apter products for this beautiful card. I just wanted something nice and simple for the background so that our topper kind of really shines and shows off those beautiful effects. And then for the sentiment, I've gone with this Stacey Park set of dies because it's beautiful, fine and scripty kind of sentiments in here, and I thought it would work really nicely. So all I did for this, I've shown this in a previous video, I stacked up 3 of the die cuts and then I used the beautiful primary ebony in regular and did a couple of layers over the top of that to give almost like an epoxy kind of sticker effect to this. So what I'm thinking is we're going to put this beautiful element on the top of the card there, add our birthday going across the middle, and then I've also used my vintage Dymo labeler to do sending you and wishes. So it's going to say sending you birthday wishes going across. Now I'm thinking possibly that birthday is too dark because the original one I created, the black stood out really nicely on it. So maybe we may have to rethink the sentiment. I don't think the black is going to stand out enough. Okay, because that's not standing out, I'm going to actually keep these bits of sentiment for that one, and I'll finish that off into a birthday card using that beautiful piece with the copper dust. But for this one then, I don't like taking away too much from this because I feel like it's, you know, it's really striking just being there by itself. So I'm thinking just a Dymo label that says thank you right in the centre will fit really nicely, because even though the black kind of disappears a little bit, the white stands out really well and ties in with the background of the card. So I think that's going to be our solution for this one. So I'm going to trim that down a little bit, and then I'm going to use some wet glue to adhere the die cut pieces together, and then I'm going to leave some acrylic blocks on them to help them really stick together and dry, and then I'll put the sentiment right in the centre and I'll come back when this is all dried and finished. Okay, so there we have the original idea finished, where it's a really subtle kind of look using the copper dust from the Enchanted Alchemy quad, and then using the beautiful Sheen changer mixed in with it for those beautiful details on there to kind of give like a faux embossed look, but it's got a little bit of difference to it because it's got that pearlescent finish. And then we've got our altered version using brick from the Building Blocks quad, and then adding 2 spoons of the Sheen to 1 spoon of the brick, whereas this was an equal quantity mix. And you can see the difference is much more noticeable because the Sheen has that beautiful like blue mica finish in it, whereas if you use a blue powder it's not that obvious, but when you use something that's sort of more on the reddy browny kind of side, it is a lot more obvious having that beautiful sheen in there as well, so you can really see the effect that it gives. And then to finish off this card, I've just gone back in with a few of the smaller little squiggles in this die set, plus another one of this X piece as well, just to fill in and add a little bit more of a scatter throughout it. I felt like it needed that because I didn't have that large birthday going across. It needed something else to give it a scattering kind of effect, but I've also put both of them on the same embossing folder background as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. All of the products that I've been using will be linked in the description below, and if you're shopping on either of the WOW websites, you can use my code WOWDTCrafty to get 10% off of your order. So I really hope you enjoyed seeing the Sheen changer in action, and now throughout my videos from March you should have seen all 3 of the changes and the kind of effects that they can create, and I'll quickly bring back in that gorgeous tulip card just to show you as well. So Sheen gives you a pearlescent sheen like we've just used in today's video. Texture gives you this kind of sandpaper sort of texture, and then Glisten gives you the beautiful sparkle that I've used in the foliage on this card as well. So really hope you've enjoyed seeing the changes being used, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!